What's going on, guys? Conviction 454 here. And in this video I wanted to talk about a little something that I actually signed up for almost a week ago now, because I'm kind of in a situation right now where I need internet in my home, but I'm not really able to sign up with a like an official internet service provider like Xfinity, for example. And so T-Mobile has this thing called T-Mobile Home Internet that I've actually been signed up for. Um, Setup is free, and they charge you $60 a month for some pretty decent internet. Uh, what they do is you sign up through their website, you enter your zip code into the website, and I'll leave a link in the description and everything. And it pretty much determines whether or not you have, good T-Mobile coverage and 5G support in your location. And so if you do, you can sign up for pretty much for free. They send you the gateway and everything you need with it, which is really just the tower and the power adapter. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all they send you. Uh, but yeah, I've been using it for a few days now, and I gotta say, for what it's worth, it's a pretty good router. It has Wi-Fi 6 support. It's a 5G gateway. It gives me pretty good speeds, and I'm pretty much able to do anything I want with it. I can do I'm working from home, so I have to do my work. Uh, I can play games. I can stream movies. I can pretty much do everything I want. But in regards to streaming games and everything, I did want to talk a little bit about that, because at first, uh, yeah, the gaming experience for me wasn't very pleasant. Uh, I think it might be something up with the modem software or the firmware or something like that. I'm not really entirely sure, but I think it was the very first couple of days I had I think it might have been packet drops or something, or just a lot of latency and lag and delay, and it kept disconnecting me from my games. And it was giving me really high pings too. Like sometimes it would go up to like past like 200. I think it's milliseconds. I think that's how you measure ping. But yeah, obviously that's really really bad, especially when you're playing first-person shooter games like like Call of Duty, or playing third-person shooters, or really any game. Yeah, you don't really want a high ping like that. And so, in terms of download and upload speeds, uh, I get anywhere from like 50 up to like sometimes 200 megabit per second speeds for download, and then I get usually around 25 to 30 plus for upload, which is those are some pretty good speeds. But anyways, I'm gonna go on ahead and show you guys the speed test that I got, just so you have confirmation that I'm getting those speeds, and I'm gonna actually show you the tower itself. So alright guys, so I'm getting ready to do a speed test. As you can see, my battery is on 3%, which is pretty low, but it should be fine. And as you can see, it's using Wi-Fi 6 technology, which is always great. And like I said, it's a 5G tower, so you'll be reaching out to the 5G towers in your area. I happen to have one that's not too far from me. There's actually one in Redan. I know most of you obviously won't be in Georgia, but Redan is pretty close to me. And obviously the closer you are to a tower, the better signal you're going to get. But anyways, yeah, let's go on ahead with the speed test. Alright, so 27 ping right now, and 6 millisecond jitter. And as you can see, these speeds, oh god, it seems to be dropping. We're going back up now. Yeah, this is typically what I get in the hundreds. Sometimes it goes up to 200, but that's pretty rare. And for upload speed, let's see, it's usually somewhere close to 20, sometimes past 20. Well, normally higher than 20, but it seems to be a little lower now. And it might have something to do with the server I decided to connect with. So let's see. Alright, it gave me 18.6, which is pretty good. So yeah, these are usually the speeds that I'm working with. And yeah, earlier when I was talking about the ping, like I said, sometimes the ping will go all the way up to like 3. I think the highest I ever saw was like maybe 500 one time, which is ridiculous. But I think it's because I had the router away from the best point of signal, close to the tower. And what they recommend is that you put it by a window or just somewhere in the middle, like somewhere in the. They say the centralizer in your home, but I don't do that mainly because this internet is really only for me, and it just stays in my room and pretty much like right in front of my window, which that seems to be the sweet spot. So yeah, I just keep it there. So this is the tower that they send you once you set it up and everything, which is pretty easy. They show you a little, I guess you can call it a user interface that they, you can just flip through with your finger and everything. Uh, like I said, the power adapter. You have to pretty much leave it in at all times, otherwise you won't be able to use the Wi-Fi. Not sure about the Ethernet, but I know for the Wi-Fi it has to always be plugged in. Of course, there's the languages. This one comes with English and Spanish. It gives you alerts and it also gives you messages. Probably in regards to when your next payment is due. Like I said, they're charging $60 a month. It used to be $50, I believe. That's what I was told. Yeah, so as you can see, for me, usually it fluctuates between 2 to 3 bars. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see through this phone camera, but yeah, that's usually what I get, and I usually have to put it like over there near the window. If I sit it there, it usually stays at a consistent 3 bars. There was one time it went up to 4, but obviously the more bars you have, the better signal and data throughput you're gonna get. So alright, so back to what I was talking about earlier about if you plan on using this for anything other than working home or working from home, or doing schoolwork and stuff like that. If you're trying to game using this router here, it's probably going to be a little tough for you at first. There are a few things that you can do. One thing that I've actually done, other than just trying to find the sweet spot in my room for the signal, is this might sound weird to you guys, but I've had this really old Wi-Fi extender that has just been sitting in my room, sitting in my drawers for probably several months now. I just happened to pull it out one day, plug it in, and connect my Wi-Fi to the extender, and somehow, someway, that seems to have fixed my issue I had with the ping and the latency issues and the dropped packets or whatever it might be. And ever since then, I've been able to game just fine. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, is the device too far away from your consoles or your TV or whatever? Well, my TV is sitting right there, and my window's right there, and like I told you, my router was sitting right there, probably about 5 feet at the most. Probably not even 5 feet. It's really close, so I don't really understand it, but the Wi-Fi extender, here, I can show it to you guys real quick. Yeah, this little thing right here, it's a Rock Space, I believe, Rock Space Wi-Fi extender. I think it costs about $45-ish on Amazon. And I try to reset the Wi-Fi extender at least every few days, because sometimes it does drop. It starts to drop the signal a little bit and get worse. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really too familiar with the technology there, but from what I understand, essentially the Wi-Fi extender, once you connect it to your internet, it's rebroadcasting the signal from the router, and essentially it's supposed to, what the extender is supposed to do is increase stability of the signal, and like I said, rebroadcast it in a way that's supposed to, obviously enhance the signal, something like that. I'm not too deep into networking, but I think that's how it works. But like I said, if you plan on gaming using this router here, you might want to consider buying a Wi-Fi extender. And I know some of you are probably going to ask, well, did you try using Ethernet? For me personally, well, the device has 2 different Ethernet ports on the back. Actually, yeah, I can just show you what's on the back. Alright, not sure if you guys can see, but it has two Ethernet ports, the power switch, that little hole right there is the reset hole. It's got a USB-C connector that will be on the back of the router. And like I said, when it comes to signal and speeds and stuff like that, it's going to depend on your area. It's definitely going to depend on how close your 5G tower is to you, if you have a 5G tower to you at all. But the thing about this router is, since it's an LTE gateway, it's not limited to just 5G. It also supports 4G. So you're not at a loss if you don't have a 5G tower near you. In terms of customer service and technical support, you can try calling them in regards to your speeds and everything, but this is just a rumor, but I've been hearing that technical support agents have been coming into contact with certain customers and just telling them that your tower is under maintenance, when that's not necessarily true, apparently. So I haven't had that experience, because I personally haven't talked to technical support, because since day one my speeds have been amazing. I will say that upon initial setup, I got speeds anywhere between, well, this lasted probably like an hour or two, but I was getting speeds from like 15 to 25, and as you can see, that jumped like that, quadrupled. So I mean, I really don't have any complaints. I will say that sometimes the network can also get congested too. One, if you have too many devices to it. I'd say try to limit it to anywhere from like 5 to 6 devices at one time if you can. This device really isn't made for like a like somebody that's just really into Internet of Things technology. Like, you have to have smart light bulbs, smart speakers, smart microwave, smart whatever. So yeah, if you're looking to connect like a whole, like, I don't know, like a whole laboratory or something, whatever you want to call it, yeah, that's not really what this device is for. You're probably going to get some congestion. The data throughput isn't going to be to your liking. But if you're just somebody that really needs an internet connection in your home, and you don't want to pay like $100 a month, you want to pay like anywhere like, you know, like the $60 range, which obviously isn't common. Well, at least I don't know if it's common or not, but this device here is really good. And if you're not a gamer especially, this would be a great deal, from my understanding anyway. So yeah, those are my opinions on the router. Before this, I was actually using a different LTE router, but it was I think it was actually the Netgear Nighthawk, which isn't even really a router, it's more of a hotspot. But yeah, I was actually getting far worse speeds with that thing than I am with this thing. And oh, also, this thing is it's unlimited. There's no like data caps or anything. I know some companies, I know AT&T did this to me. They advertised a unlimited data plan. Oh wow, it's storming outside. Anyways, but yeah, they advertised a an unlimited data plan, and then after like 3 months, they told me, oh, there's a soft cap for 400 gigabytes, and I'm like, I work from home, I play games, I need unlimited. You know what I'm saying? Like, data caps don't work for me. For some of you, it might work, and if you want to pay $100 for 400 gigs a month, you do that, but that's not for me. So I plan on using this thing. Another thing I should mention is that you can't take this on the road with you. You have to keep it home. It's meant to be locked at the address at which you submitted before you set it up, and you have to use it only in the location that you set it up. So yeah, that's something I figured I should tell you guys before I end the video. Oh, another thing I did want to show you guys is the T-Mobile Home Internet app, and how you can you know, just view the information on there, change some things around if you want to, and just get a good idea of how the setup process is going to be. So, alright guys, so this is the T-Mobile Home Internet app. On the home screen, as you can see, it'll confirm that you're connected to the internet. You scroll down, you'll see the connection quality. Right now I have a weak signal. If I don't keep this thing like right next to my window, it's going to continue at a weak signal. But even with a weak signal, I'd say the connection is still pretty solid. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that back to my window, and then you can always just refresh it using the refresh button here. Devices, Yeah. So I have 3 devices connected right now. If you click on the device, it'll tell you information like IP and how long it's been connected and stuff like that. Wi-Fi network. So yeah, the internet would be the SSID would be the located right here, and it'll tell you the frequency bands: 5 gigahertz, 2.4. It used to be where they would separate them into 2 different bands, or well, more like 2 different SSIDs, but now they just put them together, I believe, and use whichever one is more effective for that device, which is very, very helpful. You can also change your administration password here, etc. There's a support tab. Yeah, contact customer care, news updates, specific questions, and then you can get your gateway information, your cell tower connection metrics. Albeit I don't really know a whole lot about this, but I know that there are certain bands. I know you see band right here. It says B66. That's apparently a good band. But I don't know anything much about RSSI or RSRQ. I'm sure some of you know a whole lot more about it than I do. But yeah, if you're into this type of thing, you can check all that information here. But anyways, I think that's going to be the end of this video, guys. Like I said, I think it's pretty solid internet, especially for somebody in my situation where they can't really get a ISP right now because I don't know, they're living with somebody else and you're not allowed to you're not allowed to use their connection, like me, for example. Yeah, I'm just gonna go on ahead and say it. Can't even use my own home internet. It's kind of tragic, but hey, it is what it is. Honestly, this thing here gives far better speeds than what I used to be able to use anyway. So but yeah, if you're in a situation like that, all you gotta do is go and see if the gateway, if the T-Mobile home internet service is adequate or supported in your region. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave a link to that in the description for you guys. As usual, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.